Ladies and gentlemen, you know one of my favorite things to do is review consoles over here. And we've reviewed quite a few consoles. But today we're going to do something a little different. A bunch of companies will hit me up and they will ask me to review game controllers. And 9 times out of 10, I will tell them, no, I don't want to do that. Controllers are controllers. I mean, probably in my opinion, the greatest gaming controller is the PS5 controller. And then the Switch Pro controller, but other than that, I don't really care about controllers. But one company reached out to me and something caught my attention. So we're gonna go check out the quality of this controller and its gimmick, and then we'll come back over here and I'll give you my final thoughts. So this is called the Mamba. Actually, I think it's called the Manba One, but yeah. And what makes this controller different, well, than this controller? You can see just from the box, there is a screen. And when they emailed me, they told me that this is the very first video game controller that has an actual screen on it that's functioning. And this is something that you probably would have seen on YouTube in like 2007, right? So right away, just opening the box, this looks like a very premium product. It actually looks like this is metal right here. So I'm very curious. Right away in my hands, I don't think I would say it's really any heavier than my PS5 controller. Actually, this is kind of crazy. Ooh, let's do this real quick. Very satisfying. That feels really nice in hands. It feels like a mixture of an Xbox and a PS5 controller. Very, very nice quality. Like, this feels amazing. The buttons, I don't know how I feel about those. These buttons, a little bit more quiet. These are really clicky, and I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that so far, but I'm not really interested in the buttons. I'm interested in the screen. Okay, this actually almost connected to my Switch immediately. Probably the fastest I have ever connected a controller ever in my life. I'm not even exaggerating. So let's see what this thing can do, right? What is the whole point of the screen? Is it just a screen that looks cool, or is there actual things? Up here it does say it's connected to my Switch, so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna hold this for 3 seconds to enter the menu. Let's see, display, LED colors. Oh, that's cool. That's really nice. So we can set the actual colors we want instead of having the rainbow on. I think I'm gonna go with this purple right there. Okay, LED modes, always on, let's do that. And back. So it's actually very easy to navigate, I will say that. We can map the buttons, the joystick, we can do triggers, we can do vibration. Wow. That is so strong. We definitely need to go down some. I want to know what the screen is for though. Is there an actual purpose? Does it do anything when you're playing a game? Or is it just to look at, I guess? I don't know. I mean, what really could they do, right? Let's try a game that takes a lot of input. It is 100% without a doubt a very high quality product. I can say that, right? I'm not going to be jaded and say, well, it's just a controller with a screen. The controller feels amazing. The only thing I do not like so far is how clicky these buttons are, but that is my own personal preference. So this is a game that I play all the time. I know that my phone is focusing on the controller and not the Switch that much, so my Switch might be out of focus, but we're really just trying to see how the input feels, right? The controller feels great and it is very comfortable. I actually play this game every single day on my PS5. So this version is horrible. If you're ever thinking about getting Session on the Switch, do not do it. It is by far one of the worst looking Switch games pretty much of all time. I'm just a huge skateboarding fan. I've been skating my entire life, so that's why I bought this game, but I would not recommend it. On the PS5, it looks way better, but so far, the controller feels great. I literally was just playing this game on my PS5 a few hours ago, and yeah, the controller is fine. It is what it is. It's just a good, high-quality controller. I was really hoping this screen would do something else besides just be a screen with a menu. I don't know if you could map other stuff to it. Like, if you had little animations or I mean, I really don't know what I'm expecting. I guess I'm thinking about what I would want a screen to have if this was like a video game, like we were in a video game or an anime or a Hollywood movie. It's like, yeah, I'd want this screen to be able to play games on it, or I really don't know.
So yeah, that was the very first gaming controller with a built-in screen. At least that's what they told me. I don't know, you could probably look online and find something similar to this. But do I think this controller is worth it, and does it serve an actual purpose? Well, before I give you my final thoughts, I want to tell you a quick few details that I was interested in. Number one, how expensive is this controller? Because if it's like $200, no matter how cool the screen is, that's definitely not worth it in my opinion. This controller costs $69.99. For comparison, I will put the price of the PS5 controller on the screen, and the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and the Xbox Series X controller. And when you put this price by those controllers, it doesn't seem that bad, right? And now I want to talk about the battery life. This controller has a 10-hour battery life. So we will compare that to the PS5 controller battery life, and then the Xbox Series X controller battery life, and the Nintendo Switch Pro controller battery life. It's a very nice controller. I do not like the clickiness of the buttons. If I was just gaming on this for a minute, what was that, like 5 seconds? That is too annoying for me. I could not do it. So if they fix those buttons, maybe I would use it, but for the time being, for me, it's a no. Now to talk about the gimmick of it, which is a screen built into the controller. It is useful because it makes changing the settings very simple and very easy. Very easy to navigate and very easy to do what you need to do. But that being said, there's really not much to do. Like, you can change the LED and you can change the vibration, and I think that's it. Maybe there's another thing or two you could do that I missed, but that's it. Let's go back like 5 or 10 years. Whenever we're thinking about a controller with a built-in screen, the reason why we would want a screen is because maybe we can play the game on that screen. Now, let's be realistic, that's probably not going to happen. But what's the next best thing? Maybe having some kind of animation or some kind of touchscreen thing like the Wii U. It's like, hey, here's the game. Well, right here's a little menu that you can touch. Okay, that's not going to happen. What's the next best thing? At least let us have like a wallpaper or something, right? Or maybe some LEDs on the screen that can change colors, or something that warrants having an actual screen. This has none of those. I feel like a philosopher. The controller has a screen. But why? For the time being, I don't think it's quite there yet. The company is called Mamba. I don't think this controller is called the Mamba One. Shout out to them for being ambitious and trying something new. But, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this information? Because your opinion matters most over here, and I would love to hear from you. Do you think this controller is worth it and something that can be used? Or do you think we're just quite not there yet? I would love to hear from you. And remember, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here right now. So yeah, shout out to you. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.